2.5-year-old twins Ben and Jack Nagel came into the world during a very scary and uncertain time.
So they were born in April of 2020. That was right at the height of everything. There was a period where I didn't know if I was going to be able to be there for their births.
The COVID-19 pandemic had been declared 6 weeks earlier. Somehow, first-time parents Amber and David made it through. They stayed safe and healthy while they doted on their new baby boys.
Kick, Bubba. Kick those legs. What about you, Jack?
They've been completely different from the day they were born. Benny's always been the kind of goofy, just rambunctious, wants to kind of rough you up a little bit, brother, and then Jack's the one that's more reserved, laid back, kind of quiet, sweetheart, yeah.
Anyone who has twins will tell you it's nearly impossible not to compare the two. And when Ben was learning to do more and more things, advancing faster than Jack, Amber and David started to wonder if something might be wrong.
So he's got really thick eyebrows, which none of us have. His nose is a little wider, just actual like facial features. And you know, it's like you're going down a rabbit hole.
During those countless Google searches, Amber learned about something called Sanfilippo Syndrome, a rare neurodegenerative genetic disorder, a type of childhood dementia. Sufferers lose their ability to do everything they've learned to do, everyday things like walking and talking. Life expectancy is short. But doctors thought it was very unlikely that Jack was suffering from this rare disorder. The toddler was fitted for ear tubes. Some thought perhaps he was suffering from hearing loss. He saw a gastroenterologist, a cardiologist, a neurologist. He was even tested for autism. Nearly a year later, still no diagnosis, but Amber and David refused to give up.
And it was all these things I kept pushing and pushing, and our pediatrician, she was willing to, you know, put in the orders, but even as I was concerned, it was kind of like, we'll do these if this will make you happy, but I don't see a reason for it.
Where'd Jack go?
Jack finally underwent genetic testing in October of 2022. A few weeks later, a phone call from a genetics counselor with the results.
Say Jack?
She just said, I don't know if you're familiar with Sanfilippo Syndrome, but your son's positive, and it's type A. And I was at work and I just kind of fell because I knew everything about it because it's been on my mind for almost a year. And that was the one thing, just please God, don't let that be it.
Children with Sanfilippo syndrome are born with a genetic defect, a change in their DNA that causes their bodies to lack a necessary enzyme. Without that enzyme, they are unable to break down heparan sulfate, a natural cellular waste. Their brains become clogged with toxic levels. Typical life expectancy is between 10 and 20 years.
That whole week, I guess we were grieving and mourning like a child that's right here, but just knowing that the future we saw isn't gonna look the way we thought.
All the things this Commerce Township couple imagined for their boys.
Play sports together, grow up together, be each other's best men in their wedding, just all the things that we had thought, you know, when we had twins, that was going to be the case. And
about a week after the diagnosis, the Nagels met with doctors and were surprised to find out there's not much anyone could do for their son.
There's no cure for this. Go home and love your son, which is like, it was just like they gave up on him before we even had a shot to fight for him.
Do you like cheeseburgers? Do you like cheeseburgers? Yeah, do you like to chew?
With the way things stand now, Jack will lose all the cognitive skills he has learned in his short life.
It's like you have enough time to fall in love with this child, watch him walk, talk, and then you have to watch it slowly be taken away. It just seems like a nightmare. Right now, we at least had the opportunity where he still says, I love you, and still says, you know, Mama did. And I'm making sure to record it, just because I don't know when the day will be that he isn't able to say those things.
Now active members of the Cure Sanfilippo Foundation, Amber and David are connecting with other families and sharing their painful story in hopes of teaching others about this rare medical condition, hoping that by raising awareness, they'll be able to raise more money to help pay for life-saving medical research so Jack can grow up and grow old with his brother Ben.
Now we're just trying to pray that something comes along, gene therapies or a cure or something.
If you would like to contribute, we'll be putting up a link to the Cure Sanfilippo Foundation on our website, fox2detroit.com. In Commerce Township, Camille and Mary, Fox 2 News.